Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Barakaha Kodash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who ruled and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the Brother Ra'aya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And the header reads, Signs of Hamashiach's return. Because contrary to popular belief, the Messiah's true name isn't Jesus Christ. It's Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, and he doesn't look like a so-called white man or Edomite with brown stringy hair. As pursuant to Revelation chapter 1, he has the appearance of a dark-skinned Negro with a white woolly afro and beard. Verse 3, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, speaking of Yahushai, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world, the sign of the second coming of Yahushai, and the end of the age of the rulership of the heathen nations? And while Yahushai was speaking to his disciples in the past, he was really speaking to his disciples today who are living in these times, the times before his second coming, and the time before the end of this current age of the rulership of the heathen nations, chiefly by the Edomites, before the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven, where the children of Israel, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, will be ruling for eternity. And some of the signs Yahushua told his disciples to look for is as it says down in verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And if you've got that spiritual eyesight, you can see that these signs are either in the process of taking place or taking place as we speak. And the sign I'll be dealing with in this video is the earthquakes in diverse places, because earthquakes are happening damn near daily all across the planet, and they're only going to increase and get more intense as we get closer and closer to Yahushua's second coming. And I'll be profiling a few videos in this video showing the earthquakes happening in diverse places. And the first clip I'll be going to is on Dabu77's YouTube channel, titled Yellowstone Hit by 142 Earthquakes in Past Day. Magnitude 3.9 quake registers off Florida's East Coast. And this video was published on July 16th of 2021.
This is Dabu7. We have word that there is an ongoing earthquake swarm at Yellowstone. Now, the USGS has put out information stating that there's an ongoing earthquake swarm that began at 5:52 p.m. Thursday, and that it's centered actually beneath Yellowstone Lake. There have been 40 earthquakes bigger than the magnitude of 2, and when they posted this information, there was at least 2 that were above a magnitude 3. I'm going to go and say, yep, this has been quite... There's at least 3 that have happened at magnitude 3 or greater. And we'll zoom in here so we can get a look. For those of you that have been to this region, you know that Yellowstone is an area that has a lot of different stuff going on with it. And it is a massive volcano. Super volcano at that. And if it was to ever blow, we'd have some big time problems. Now, this one is located right here in the heart of the swarm. Right in the middle of the lake. Right smack dab in the middle of it. And let's take a look at the depth.
So with this clip, and with each clip, I'm just going to play a little bit of them to get to the main point. But again, Yellowstone hit by 142 earthquakes in the past day. This is my second clip, also from Dabu77's YouTube channel, and it was published on August 11th, and the title reads, Massive Magnitude 7.1 Earthquake Strikes Off Philippines Coast near Davao.
This is Dabu7. we have had an earthquake strike here at a magnitude 7 to 7.2. This is off the coast of the Philippines. You can see the depth here, not super shallow, but being this close to the coastline, tsunami alerts being set out. Want to let folks know that are in this region that you could see within the next couple of hours tsunami waves hitting the coastlines here, and that these major cities along the coastline need to watch for this and possibly evacuate. Now, this is being considered anywhere from a 7-pointer to a 7.2 in magnitude. Let's hope that this is not a foreshock. We've seen some big quakes come after 7-pointers before. I think the last series of events was up near Alaska. And now we have this. So this is just the latest, a big quake striking off the coast of the Philippines.
Here's another clip from Dabu77's YouTube channel. Big 7.5 magnitude earthquake strikes the South Sandwich Island region. Earthquakes in Yellowstone in the United States, earthquakes near the Philippines, now earthquakes in the South Atlantic Ocean near South America, earthquakes in diverse places.
This is Dabu7. We have alerts being sent out now for another major earthquake. We have seen big quakes as of late, and here you can add what is registering as a 7.6, which will probably be downgraded a little bit. Fairly shallow, hitting in the South Sandwich Islands region. This area is the area that I dubbed the Serpent Heads. And it's known to have activity pretty often, and it's been quiet for some time. In the past, we've seen quakes like this strike right around this region, what we call the mouth of the serpent, and then wrap down and around and up this plate boundary that goes right through the South Atlantic Ocean. And then that same boundary cuts all the way up toward Iceland, and this is where you see all the big quakes hit, all the way up to Iceland.
Looks like you had some earthquakes over near Iran.
Now, not too long ago, we seen a series of quakes striking up here in Alaska that were large. We had just witnessed outside of the Philippines. Just yesterday was it a massive quake in that region, and you can see it's still swarming with decent quakes there in that area. Of course, we have to keep an eye on Japan, and really anywhere that's got a coastal city, it's susceptible to seeing tsunami waves from a big quake. New Zealand, Tonga, and Fiji, these are of the most active regions on the planet, if you did not know. This is why we see a lot of activity coming from those spots, but this just tells me, man, things are in motion. I mean, a 7.6, it's a big quake. So, follow me on Twitter for more updates.
Now for my last clip from Dabu77's YouTube channel, published on August 14th, titled, Powerful 7.2 Earthquake Rocks Haiti, Another Big Quake Strikes Near Alaska. I'm only going to play about the first 30 seconds of this, which deals with Alaska, and then I've got an article dealing with the Haiti earthquake.
This is Dabu7. We have had a series of big quakes strike this morning. This comes on the heels of several other big earthquakes that have struck around the globe. And we're going to start off here with Alaska real quick, showing signs of big earthquake activity again. Striking close to where the last big earthquake struck up in this region on the southern edge of Alaska here, a 6.9 being registered with a swarm following. Now, we head down here to...
See, with that video, here's an article from KMBC.com. Haiti earthquake death toll rises to 1,419. Injured now at 6,000.
A 7.2 magnitude earthquake.
I'm going to play this clip in this article. And hey, this is all judgment from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai on you so-called Haitians who are really of the tribe of Levi for the wickedness you continue to commit and not turning under your power, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Albaratazah, that death toll number continues to rise, and more calamities hit Haiti. And I was looking at another article dealing with this earthquake in Haiti, and there was a Levite who was holding up a picture of a Cesare Borgia, so-called Jesus Christ, saying that the reason he survived was because of Jesus Christ. Well, look, that's the very reason you're having all these calamities hit your island, because you refuse to return under your true power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
A 7.2 magnitude earthquake, leaving destruction in its wake in southern areas of Haiti. Image after image showing piles of rubble, collapsed buildings, people helping the hurt, and looking for survivors. The death toll reaching more than 1,400, with about 6,000 injured and others displaced.
It was incredibly scary.
Sarah and Kevins Charles say they heard the rumble before they felt it in Jeremy, the missionaries rushing to get their young son out of the building.
It was really chaotic. Everybody was in the streets. The majority of the homes in our area stood firm, which is we're incredibly blessed to say. There were a lot of injuries.
Government agencies, including U.S. teams, are working in the aftermath, getting patients to crucial care.
For the most part, that means getting out towards the southern claw and moving those patients, and many of them are children, to that high-level care in Port-au-Prince. And then, likewise, we're moving personnel to those areas, those impacted areas as well, to start looking for survivors.
But amidst those efforts, Tropical Depression Grace threatens to bring heavy rains and the potential for flooding and mudslides across the already hurting area.
Haitians are also taking on the lead to make sure that they're helping their brothers and sisters on the ground.
So a devastating earthquake followed by possibly more devastation from a tropical storm. The Most High is really giving it to you, wicked Levites.
University of Miami professor there during the earthquake, working for a community foundation and visiting family, says during recovery she hopes people work with organizations on the ground.
The fact that I continue to be standing is important. I think it's an important element. It's a testament to the spirit of the people.
Haley.
Back in Matthew 24, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And we're just in the beginning phase. It's going to get a hell of a lot worse and more chaotic out here before everything's said and done, before Yahweh Shai HaMashiach's second coming, the true end of this age of the heathen nations ruling takes place. But now I'm going to close it out in 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, which is exactly what the true men of the Lord, the prophets of the Most High, chiefly through GMS or Great Millstone, are doing, going out onto the highways and byways preaching this word, as well as putting up video epistles like this. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, visit and judge you people for the wickedness you've been committing on it. 2/3 of the nation of Israel who were hard-headed and refused to return under their power, and you heathen nations, chiefly you Edomites. Verse 3, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes in diverse places, and uproars of the people in the world, end time signs to know that the end is nigh. And you can definitely see that besides the earthquakes in diverse places, people are in an uproar all across the planet. Verse 4, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And if you've got that spiritual eye salve, you can clearly see that the end is manifesting right before us. So prepare your spirits accordingly. So that's it with this video. With this video, I hope you sincere Akim are edified. Just keep strong and keep pushing this word. We're almost out of this final wicked captivity of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.